kind of love story with Diane Keaton. And
as soon as the government goes in, the flavor comes out.
That certainly makes a lot of sense to me. I'm going to buy 2 bottles.
the middle star, Atticus Schaefer, opens up like never before about living with a rare condition and reveals how it inspired him to get in front of the camera. Plus,
if I could, well, I would go back in time.
Nashville stars Chris Carmack and Aubrey Peoples are performing live on our stage. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez. And today, Raven Simone and Cristela Alonso hit the co-host chairs. It all starts now.
The timeless party anthem, Louie Louie. Oh no, I want to lay myself by the Kingsmen. And we wanted to say farewell to the lead singer, Jack Ely, who passed away yesterday. That song, you know. Anthem. For a whole generation of folks.
Yes, young and old.
Yes. Yeah. You know, we're going to get into heavy stuff in a minute, but we have to start with something semi-ridiculous. What the hell is Spanx trying to say with their new campaign? Hold on. The slogan is, don't take yourself or the rules too seriously. And it continues with, reshape the way you get dressed so you can reshape the world. What the hell? What does that mean? Spanx.
It means slap on your girdle. That's all it means. That's all it means. My aunt used to wear a girdle, and she called it her American Express because she never left home without it.
I've been wearing Spanx since I was about 14 years old.
What? Wow.
I was a lot heavier when I was younger, and when you're heavy in the industry, you have to look a certain way. I used to put on 2 or 3 Spanx at a time, and then a minimizer, and my mom said, you have to stop because you're starting to look like a kielbasa. You look like... It just pushes stuff in different areas.
Yes.
I was saying, if they want to make Spanx, I want Spanx for fingers so I can start texting the right words that I want to text. Because that whole shaping,
It's weird. I never wore Spanx, actually, till I got this job. And some of the dresses that we get to wear here are a little snug. And so sometimes to fit in them, I put a Spanx on. And I appreciate their smoothing abilities, but I don't, like, they just move things around. It's all still there.
They just make me sweat. I get hot. I already get hot. I don't want to get hotter. Shape the world in one layer.
We wore girdles. When I was a little girl, we wore girdles, and they taught us how to hook our stockings onto the garter part of it. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
See, but those were sexy. A Spanx is not hot.
No. There was nothing sexy about a girdle.
Spanx,
because the girdle was this big. You had to pull. You had to get people to pull so you could get just one leg in. One leg. You'd be like just trying to get it in there. And you get it, and then you have to pull and pull and pull. And then you would discover you had the wrong leg in, and you'd have to take it back. Oh, it was the worst. I hated girdles.
I hate Spanx because it make me look like I'm going to go scuba diving in the nude. Like, it's just like, they're just like really tight and really awful.
You know,
and that's
it's hard to go to the bathroom when you have them on, too. You have to go through that same thing with the Spanx if you're trying to go to the bathroom. I hate to be this one, but the area where they don't want to take...
There's not enough space to go in.
There's not enough of this.
I
need to do like that.
There's not a... You cannot... It's harder to pee through the hole in the Spanx.
There's no hole in my Spanx.
There's no hole in your Spanx. Are you sure you're wearing Spanx? Because you're supposed to be able to go to the bathroom in it.
We're going to clear this up in the break.
All right.
I'm getting pranked. I'm getting pranked. I've got on holeless Spanx. Yeah.
Holeless?
The trick to a Spank, if I could be real quick, is to get one size that's bigger than yours. Because if you get it too small, it rearranges your fat.
Yeah, I agree.
It's smaller if you get a smaller size. I used to get a smaller size.
No. That's why you look like a sausage.
Yeah.
You're right.
Truth to power. Truth to power. You know, we're starting off this way because we like when we can be light in front of something kind of really heavy, which is what the crisis in Baltimore continues to be. And Toya Graham, the wonderful mother from that powerful video that everybody's talking about, yes, baby, you know, she spoke out about trying to, you know, save her son that day. Take a look.
My intention was just to get my son and have him be safe. To see my son come across the street with a rock in his hand, I think at that point I just lost it. You will not be throwing rocks and stones at police officers. At some point, who's to say that they don't have to come and protect me from something? Two wrongs don't make a right. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to make sure I had gotten my son home.
I mean, and you said something yesterday which a lot of people picked up on, and a lot of folks started doing it. A lot of parents started saying, hey, I'm watching for you. You're not going back out there tonight. You're not doing this. And what she was yelling at him was, she said, I told you I was coming out here to get you. Why didn't you believe? Get your ass home.
Here, you know,
she got 7 kids.
Yes. Everyone's talking about parents and their children. Everyone's talking about that. This situation is different from Ferguson because it's not so much of a black and white issue. No. It's about class. And I always stated that the biggest civil rights issue in America is education. And that's what creates classism, in my opinion. Because I don't know if people are aware of this, but in the U.S., public school funding comes from federal, state, and local sources. Nearly half of those funds come from local property taxes. This generates the large funding differences between wealthy and impoverished, meaning if you are in a wealthy area, you're going to pay more taxes, so that money goes to your public schools. If you go in a poverty-stricken area, there's not a lot of taxes being generated for the schools, so your schools don't get the same. And it creates a great disparity. And that's what's going on in Baltimore and across this nation. And there should be a mandate.
Well, you know, and I can attest to that. In my high school, in my school district in South Texas, we had outdated books all the time. We had to share books. I remember going to other high schools. I went to a high school that had a pool. I remember, and freaking out, and they're like, oh, that's for the swim team. I'm like, oh, what? Like, my school doesn't have books, but you guys have a swim team? It's amazing.
But Rosie, listen, I hope the conversation goes where you just took it, because we've had a conversation about police brutality, police violence, and that needs to continue. But if we don't fix cities like Baltimore by bringing back, you know, I know Rudy Giuliani is a popular target of liberals and Democrats, but his strategy for New York City was to get everyone to move back into the city, and he did it by bringing crime down. Property values soared. People moved into the city, and the schools were not flush, but they were in much better shape.
Actually,
so the conversation has to be bipartisan. Right. It has to put everything on the table. Crime, property values, bringing people into. I mean, there have been more people leaving Baltimore than I think any other city on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yes, I completely agree with you. But you also have to give credit to Mayor Dinkins, too, because he's the one that also generated all of that as well. And Giuliani did pick up on that, but Dinkins also did as well. And Hillary Clinton was talking today at Columbia about all of these issues, and I was really impressed that she actually gave credit to Rand Paul, working in a bipartisan way with Cory Booker on criminal justice reform.
A big part of it.
This is a part of it as well.
And the other thing is, you know, America has to recognize, I can't see how it can happen, but maybe people still don't get it. There is a problem We have a problem fundamentally in this country. We're not looking at the people we're giving power to. We're not doing we're not checking on people. We're not seeing what's going on. We're not seeing that more people are being shot. You know, we have these crazy riots now because people are tired of saying, listen, we need some help, we need some help, we need some help. It's always about poverty.
Cities do need to be improved, but they need to feel safe first.
Well, you have to, but you also have to, you know, it starts, first of all, I'm sorry, it starts with this woman who went and got her kid, who said, we're not doing that. That's the first place. And then, you know, as we said yesterday, you know, if you go around, and I'm going to wrap in a minute, if you go around and you burn stuff, that job in the summertime that you thought you were going to have, you're not going to have it. You thought you were going to go over here. Your mom now doesn't have a job because she's not at CVS. She doesn't have that restaurant. We have to educate children, young people, not black, not white, but young people, to the idea that this is yours. We're going to pass on. We're leaving this to you. You have to participate in fixing it. You got to fix it.
And the children of Baltimore did that.
That's right.
The children of Baltimore, and it should have been an embarrassment to the criminals. The children of Baltimore took to the streets with brooms and garbage bags and started cleaning up.
That's what we like. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
This bud's for who? The new ad campaign slammed for sending a dangerous message to women. Next.
Welcome back. You know, we weren't quite finished with Baltimore. I took us a little longer than we normally would go. But because we wanted to let you know that Donald Trump had something to say. He couldn't step out. So this is what he tweeted. Our great African-American president hasn't exactly had a positive impact on the thugs who are so happily and openly destroying Baltimore. What are you talking about,
You mean our half-white, half-black president? Is that the one you're talking about?
Donald Trump meant our Kenyan president, if it's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Listen, I would, can I make a request since my party has to claim him?
Yeah.
Can we ignore him? Can we ignore him?
Yeah. He's not helping.
He's a clown, and frankly, those are irresponsible comments.
Really irresponsible comments, you know?
Because the Republican governor of the state hasn't been able to do anything either, neither has the African. I mean, you know, these aren't people who are, you know, there are systemic problems, and they're not just behaving badly. I mean, they're in a cycle of poverty and drug addiction, and the grown-ups should come to the table and try to fix it.
Maybe, Donald, you should throw some money into Baltimore and put one of your hotels there, and maybe that will help it. But, you know, the Baltimore Orioles are playing this afternoon, but they will not have a crowd at the game.
This gives me chills all over my body.
I know it's bad.
Empty.
I know it's bad, but it's kind of a punishment. Do right and you can come back. I think there's someone...
No, you cannot punish
this community.
Everyone just for the mistakes of a certain group of criminals. You can't do that, and especially, I mean,
But if you bring people
they
together
they should reward the city of Baltimore for fixing what was wrong. What happened yesterday was completely wrong, and it was only a certain amount of people that the day before yesterday. Thank you. And the way they have turned it around so quickly. We saw what happened in Ferguson.
I mean, would be a better thing if they had more people that were bringing the community together and showed them.
They're there. Can you bring those pictures up?
Everyone that's going to come in.
But I mean, I think what people need to understand is it's quite historic to play a baseball game in an empty stadium. I'm not sure that's ever happened before.
It's never happened before.
And even after 9/11, you know, the Yankees played to a packed stadium, so it's pretty historic.
They're afraid. They don't want anything to go down there.
Everybody's afraid.
And the police are busy.
Where are the pictures of the people who are taking care of their city, taking their city back?
That's important.
You see that? And just a reminder, this is not about black or white, as Rosie said. There are white people and black people taking their city back. That's what you got to do. Baltimore, take your city back from the folks who were the thugs. Look, I love this boy. I love this little kid. I love this kid.
Yeah,
anyway,
smart. It's great.
And you know, you were just invited to the prom. Thrown over at our next door neighbor's house.
I don't know about you guys, but my actual prom was a nightmare, so I'm happy to relive it today on the 2.
So it airs later today, right?
Yeah, we make a Greek spin on beef Wellington. Michael Simon was my adult prom date.
Really?
He was much better than my actual high school prom date. And we're gonna have fun. Yeah.
In the black sequins?
Yeah, look at my dress. It's very Molly Ringwald, right? Pretty and pink. Yeah.
So you made food? Did you bring it?
You want to eat some?
Well,
yeah. You
we
want to
should taste it.
This is what I'm going to make later. I made some for you guys to taste it. Yeah. For everybody. So this is a Greek spin. Forks flying. See, that's why they'll never hire me over there. Actually, and I did say it smells and tastes so good over there. There's food everywhere.
Can we talk about Spanx as we eat?
Yeah, exactly.
What is this?
Exactly.
What is this?
It's lamb Wellington, so it's lamb, which is the beef alternative in Greek world. If you say you don't eat meat, they make you lamb, and it's grape leaves and phyllo. Bad.
So it's kind of beautiful. Man.
No.
So we're gonna go, and we'll be right back with Morgan Freeman.
Oscar-winner Morgan Freeman has been in some of the best movies of all time, but he's telling you how he's creating more buzz than ever these days. Next. And now it's time for Make My Day Better Mario, presented by Claritin D.
Hello, Nicole. How are you?
Well, you know, I'm just all right. This time of year, my seasonal allergies can get the best of me. Mario, when I have allergies with nasal congestion, is there anything that you could give me that would make me feel better?
Could I make you feel better?
You think?
Could I make you feel better? I think I have just the thing.
A hazmat suit? That's ridiculous.
All right, I have something else.
All right.
Meet allergy expert and Claritin spokesperson Jonathan Field. He has something that may relieve your allergies.
Yes, I do. It's Claritin D. It's the #1 pharmacist-recommended adult multi-symptom allergy product to relieve allergies with nasal congestion.
And you can get it at the pharmacy counter.
Now, that really is helpful.
Oscar-winning legend Morgan Freeman is in top form alongside Diane Keaton in the movie 5 Flights Up. They play a couple making their Brooklyn apartment attractive to potential buyers with some help from someone who knows about Sex in the City. Take a look.
When you're trying to sell, the shades all have to be up. Light is money. Remember that. This is a young people's building, you know? The stairs. Big day tomorrow. Oh. Hey, Alex.
What does that smell?
Oh, that's cinnamon. It gives the place a homey feel.
Smells like a whorehouse.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
And what does a whorehouse smell like, sir?
Well, it smells like this.
Please welcome the amazing Morgan Freeman. Every time Morgan comes on to The View, people lose their minds. It's just great to see you because you're the legend. You're just a cool man. But before we even get to the movie, man, congratulations because you're about to receive an honorary doctorate from Howard University.
My 6th doctorate.
So you're Dr. Morgan Freeman.
Exactly.
I like it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm a doctor of letters, doctor of fine arts, doctor of other things. Yeah, you know.
Dr. Pepper. You got them all. Doctor, everything.
And out of your 14 grandchildren, one of them just graduated college. Am I right?
No, yes.
Did you go surprise? Does she have a doctorate?
Yes. Not a doctorate, no.
Oh.
She had a master's.
Oh. And you surprised her?
Yeah, she graduated. What do you call it before you go for your master's?
Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science.
Yeah, but that's pre-something or other. It's before. Anyway, when she was graduated from college, she said, "You don't have to come to this graduation. I want you to come to when I get my master's." So that was what was going on.
Surprised her?
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your new movie because I loved it.
I loved it too.
5 Flights Up.
Good.
You and Diane Keaton, a fabulous team up to be a couple selling their apartment, and I also thought it was a beautiful love story about, right? It was just, I was hysterically crying, especially the dog. Oh my God. There's a love story going on, a subplot about the dog. But you know, this is a different kind of love story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't see that many with people our age. I mean, me and Diane. That's different.
Right.
Well, and an interracial couple at that. You don't see it very often.
Say, different hue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Different hue. That's a nice way of saying it. Different hue.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of saying it.
That's more with this generation, with the this generation before. It's commonplace. But in the movie, you show that years back it was not, and it was an issue.
It was an issue. It's just like same sex.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
Yeah.
What do we do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
Just move on.
Yeah, baby. And now, you still doing into the
through the wormhole.
Through the wormhole.
Yes.
Through the wormhole.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Only humans, or are there other species that are hardwired to only?
They've done tests with
animals,
mice.
right?
Yeah. And it's true. What you don't know, you don't deal with. They put 2 white mice in the cage, and they teach one mouse how to open the cage. And if the mouse recognizes the other mouse, he will open the cage. So they put a black mouse in the cage, and the white mouse wouldn't open the cage.
I love that show. That's a fascinating show.
If they put the white mouse and the black mouse together for a day or 2, then
maybe they'll open the cage.
Oh, they will. They will open the cage.
Because he knows them.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a random question because we're talking about animals. I heard that in your home in Mississippi, you have about, was it 26 beehives?
35.
What?
Thank God.
Bees?
Do you interact with them?
I interact with them.
Yes, I know. We talk about bees a lot. They make honey.
Reproduce.
You're
That's the whole point of it, is to keep, growing, keep the hive growing.
Yeah. Pollination.
Yeah.
I know we introduced you as a legend. I have to add sex symbol, because you are definitely the sexiest man we have ever had on this show. I'm sitting here like, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to ask you a question, and I'm like, so I had to just say that. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. But you've appeared in over 100. My personal favorite is March of the Penguins. Changed my life. I love that movie. But we're going to ask you about 4 of our audience's favorites and see if there's one word that comes to mind, like something, just one thing that you remember. So, $1 Million Baby. What's one word that comes to mind from that experience?
Oh, Hillary and what's his name?
And what's it? Moving though, incredible. How does it rank? I mean, did $1 Million Baby like stand out? I mean, I know you've made so many, and they're all
Anything I did
incredible.
with Clint Eastwood stands out for me.
Okay, so that one's a standout.
Oscar. That's a nice one, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won an Oscar for that one.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, and how about The Shawshank Redemption?
Oh, now.
Can I just say, yay, Shawshank Redemption, one of the best movies ever. Okay, is there like one memory that stands out from making that movie?
No, there are a lot
that
stand out from making that movie. One of them is the very final scene in the movie. It's like walking along the beach and deciding how to end this.
Yeah.
So when I got to Tim, I just ran right into him.
I got chills.
One of the greatest ever.
I love that movie.
Great
Stand in Mexico. I mean.
And they didn't take you with them? Damn.
I was there. I was there.
You didn't want to go to the Mexico we went to.
Yeah.
Oh, I lived in that Mexico you went to.
That's a whole other story. But you know what? Before we go, I just want to say you are also the executive producer of the hit Madam Secretary with Tia Leon. And as always, it's never enough time with Morgan, but we thank Morgan Freeman. 8 Flights Up will be in theaters May 8th.
5 Flights Up.
What did I write? What did I say?
8.
8 flights.
Feels like 8.
Pardon me. 5 flights up. We'll be in on May 8th. Gotcha. We'll be right back.
The middle star, Atticus Shaffer, shares his inspiring story of living with a rare condition that he never let hold him back. Next.
This is the 6th season of The Middle, and it started, you were only 10, so now you're 16.
Yes.
What is it like to watch yourself grow up on television?
It's crazy. Actually, my mom and I, we talk about it a lot, and it's fun because it's like a time capsule. Except, obviously, it's not my name or my clothes, but it's me. And so it's cool because I will always be able to see myself and how I was when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, now 16. So it's a lot of fun. It's crazy, but it's a lot of fun.
And Dick Van Dyke guest starred, right?
Yes.
What was that like?
Oh, he brought a level of professionalism I didn't know was capable on our set. It was so cool because he has this glimmer about him, and he loves what he does, and especially being around his brother Jerry.
Yes.
And it just the way he is right there, that's how he is on set.
Yeah.
And so it was so cool to be able to see everyone get excited and amped up and want to be around him.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
Well, baby, you came here for a special reason today. You were born with a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta.
Yes.
And you've actually never talked about it before. And we want to today. How come? Why today?
Well, one of the best advice I got was actually from one of the creators of the shows, Eileen Heisler, and she said, we want the audience to learn to love Atticus for Atticus and for no other reason. But recently, you know, I've been kind of looking around, and there's some correct things on the internet about my condition. There's some incorrect things on the internet about my condition, and it's one of those things where I went to an OI convention, and I was able to speak at an OI convention, and it was a lot of fun because I was able to speak with my mom. And I met a lot of different people with OI, and they all had this amazing individual personality. And I figured now would probably be the best time to kind of set things straight with me and also give them inspiration and gratitude because I was able to give them a voice.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Love that. You are the man.
You wanted to make some important parts about having this condition. Could you?
Yes. Well, the thing is about OI is it's a genetic condition, and it's something that you're born with. And a lot of people will say, like, oh, you know, you have this and whatever, and we feel bad or whatever. And granted, it is a challenge. And granted, it can be very painful. And anyone who does not know, and I do not profess to be a geneticist or anything like that, but OI is a genetic condition that affects your bone cells. It makes your bones more brittle than a normal person's. And it's in different varying types. When my mom was a kid, there was only 2 types, type 1 and type 2, which was considered fatal. And then type 1, which is just you have the condition and affects your cells. I was typed as a type 4, and now there's over 8 types now, but the thing is you have to treat OI children and OI adults on an individual basis.
Right.
It's nothing that can be like you see type 3. I talked to a couple people that were type 3. Right. One of them was in a wheelchair, but she was perfectly fine, and she had her mind and her heart, which is infinite, and the other gentleman was type 3. And he was walking around perfectly fine. So it's on an individual basis that you have to treat the symptoms.
Did they tell your mom that you would be in a wheelchair all your life?
Yes, actually, we were at this one hospital, and because it's a rare condition, not a lot of people know about it. And actually, at this hospital, the expert had 5 patients, me being the 5th. And so he shook my mom and said, you have to get a grip in the fact that your son is going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And my mom would not have it at all.
Wouldn't have that.
She had that.
Big part of your story, right? You talked about going. Talk about
if it wasn't for my mom, I would not be standing here, actually standing. So,
because see, you're a normal kid. You were an ordinary kid, and you were treated like a normal.
Exactly.
It's fantastic, man.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about my mom is she was there for me, and she never wanted me to feel any different. And that's the cool part is who can really define normal. There is nothing that defines normal.
Wow. I've always said that normal is a cycle on a washing machine.
Right.
That's all that normal is, you know? So who amongst us is normal? who can say? Thank you, man. Thank you for telling us. If you find that maybe your children have issues, go and find out what's going on, because there's a lot more information out there now, right?
Exactly. And also, too, especially now that there's the OI Foundation, you can go on oifoundation.org if you want to find out more about the condition, and you can read up on it there. Again, I'm not a doctor, but this is where you can get the real information on all the details of it.
You are the man. Thank you, Atticus Schaefer. The Middle airs tonight on 8 p.m. right here on ABC, and we will be right back. Well done.